Fellas, you know that a lot of women will share their location with their friend throughout the day? Fellas, you know that? No. Women, how many of you do that by round of applause? Isn't that amazing?
Back in 2019, I was traveling Europe. I was just over 2 years sober from alcohol, but unfortunately I relapsed and it turned into a 4.5-month bender. And while I was traveling, I was using dating apps to meet up with women. And this is when I experienced the first time I was made aware of a woman that I went on a date with sent my personal information to her friends. I'd never heard of women doing this before, so evidently my immediate response to this was shock. I took it personally and immediately made it all about myself. I felt like my privacy was violated. How could she think so little of me? I would never want to do anything to bring harm to a woman. Doesn't she know that? And I guess at some point when we were discussing this, I just took myself out of the equation and just sat and listened to her perspective on it. And then that's when the light bulb moment hit and I went, oh, I get it now. Once I took myself out of the equation and put myself in the position of the woman who chooses to implement a plan of action for any time she meets up with a man she hasn't met before, it's no longer about me. It's about you taking the necessary measures to prioritize your safety in any way that you see fit. I was a traveling foreigner exploring countries that I'd never been to before, where I had several encounters with people who didn't speak English. I didn't have a fixed address. I didn't even have a working SIM card. I was reliant on Wi-Fi. If I ended up in a predicament and Wi-Fi wasn't close by, I might have been in some serious strife. And I was heavily intoxicated most of the time. I had several nights where I was wandering the streets of some city that 24 hours ago I'd never been to before, looking for where I was staying. On one occasion, I did pass out in the street and lose my phone. I had several blackouts and woke up in places I don't remember going to. During all of those escapades, I don't think at any point I was ever concerned about my safety. You just deliberately make yourself blissfully ignorant and adopt the optimistic Aussie attitude of "oh, she'll be right, mate." And I feel confident that I'll probably get comments from women that'll tell me there's absolutely no way that they would ever feel that comfortable and safe traveling around Europe like I did. The things that women have told me that they concern themselves with and make themselves aware of every time that they leave the house is stuff that I've never even considered before. I was an Uber driver for 3.5 years. I picked up endless women. I'm sure some of them would have shared their Uber journey with their other friends. You could argue that the world isn't as dangerous as it used to be based off certain statistics you find. But are women going off statistics or are they going off their real life experiences? How you experience the world as a man is not the same way that a woman experiences the world. I'm a 6'2", 100-kilo man. I'm not going to be able to relate to the world experience of a woman half my size. Her taking the necessary precautions for her safety, like sharing your information with her friends, sharing her location, calling friends at certain times to check in. If you care about her safety, you would want her to have those outlets. Because you would hope you get to a point where you've built enough trust with her where she feels comfortable and safe around you that she doesn't feel the need to do those things anymore with you. You just got to see it from their perspective and not take it personally. It's not about attacking men. They're just doing what's in their control to keep themselves safe.